Hey, I'm Geordie from Geordie Captures wedding photo and film based right here in South Africa. After shooting countless weddings, I've seen that gear doesn't just need to look good on paper, but it actually needs to survive the chaos of a wedding day. So here is my tried and tested setup, what I shoot with, what I carry as backup, and what I never leave home without. So let's start with the heart of the setup. I started my wedding photography business actually not with this camera, with a Sony A6000. I know, not the most professional thing, right? And I decided that my first big boy camera was going to be the Sony A7 II. Now this one is just a prop because it is basically bricked. I can actually press the shutter button, but none of the buttons in order to change my settings works. So this is now become a really expensive decor piece in my office. When this started giving problems, I decided to upgrade to something that would tick all of the boxes and alleviate all of the stress that I had for a wedding day, which is when I bought my Sony A7 IV, what I'm recording on right over here. It is an absolute workhorse for both photo and video, and often I'm doing both on a wedding day, so I need to quickly be able to switch between both and make sure that I capture all of the moments seamlessly. So some of my favorite things about this camera: first of all, that quick changing between photo and video. I feel like the low light performance is amazing. The writing speed is fantastic, or at least the buffering speed. The 33 megapixels makes it really nice and easy to crop in if I need to, or use APS-C mode, which I do often on a wedding day. And I must say, I'm pretty happy with this camera's dynamic range as well. Now, next up, and probably my newest addition to all my cameras, is my Sony A7 III. This is my backup camera. I'll use this for both photo and for video. And often on the day, I'm actually running with a dual camera harness. So I'll have usually this camera with a prime lens on it, and then the A7 IV with a zoom lens on it. More on those coming up in a moment. Now, this is a really fun camera. This is my Nikon FE2. It is a completely analog film camera. It does have a light meter which works, and I enjoy shooting with this so much. I've shot a couple weddings on film and I absolutely love it. Very stressful, but the results are incredible. Now, of all of my lenses, my favorite and the one that I use by far the most has to be the Tamron 28-75mm f2.8. Currently on this camera over here. Now, even though optically it may not be the most perfect lens compared to some of my prime lenses, the reason why I choose this is because it's so convenient having that zoom, and I feel like it serves my clients so much better. I feel like on shoots, I don't need to waste any time swapping out lenses. I can quickly get to the focal range that I need to, and I very often use APS-C mode on the camera. So then I think that turns that 75 into probably about a 105mm lens, more or less. So really versatile, and the f2.8 is perfect. However, I would like to invest in the Sony 28-70mm f2. That would be my absolute dream, and probably the next thing that is going to be reaching my kit. Now, for my prime lenses, I do have my Viltrox 85mm f1.8. This lens develops such beautiful images. It really blurs out the background so incredibly, and it's super nice for portraits. So very often on a wedding day, I will carry that in addition to my 28-75, and I'll have it on two separate camera bodies. So if I do need to very quickly get a nice creamy background photo, I will use the 85. Now, something that I used to use but do not use that much anymore is the Sony 50mm f1.8. This definitely is not the most optically perfect lens at all, but it is so versatile for a prime lens, and I've actually shot an entire wedding day on just this lens before. So it is a cool lens. It still has that nice background blur, but it's not so zoomed in that it's not versatile throughout the day. However, I would not recommend shooting a whole day on a 50. It is possible, but you are going to get into some tricky situations, particularly if you are in like a small getting ready room with the bride or the groom. Then this becomes a little bit difficult to use. Now, something else I would like to show you is this little macro adapter. So this actually attaches to the back of a lens, and then it goes straight onto a camera, and this will allow you to get some incredible macro shots without needing to actually have a macro lens. I'll show you a couple of examples here, but basically it is full autofocus, So you just get a little bit of a closer zoom compared to your normal lenses, and the focusing distance is much closer. Now, the last lens that I need to show you is on my film camera. It is a 35mm f2.5, and it works amazingly, except for the fact that it is almost impossible to focus with this lens. So I got this camera as a gift from my father-in-law. He used to be really into photography and then kind of fell out of love with it. So he had a whole bunch of film gear lying around, and he passed his Nikon over to me with a couple lenses. This lens, however, happened to be dropped while he was on a hike. So the focus ring is very tight and you have to kind of crank it over in order to get it to focus. Now, it still works. I've kind of got a system here that I know how to make it work, but it is a little bit funny when someone sees me absolutely wrestling with my camera in order to get it to focus. Now, I also have a 24mm f3.5. I do not know where it is, but that is a fantastic lens to bring on a wedding day as well, and the focus ring on that one works absolutely perfectly. Okay, a couple of accessories now. The flash I use is the Godox V1. Pretty much the whole wedding industry has used or is using this flash at the moment. I've got no complaints with it. Some people have gone over to the V1 Pro or the V100 as like a little bit of an upgrade. I don't feel like it's necessary at this stage. I would rather actually get a second one of these for my second camera or my backup camera instead. Yeah, fantastic flash. Not too much to say about it. It just works. Now we're on to the first bit of audio gear, and this is the Zoom H1N. This is an audio recorder, and as you can see here with the little foam dead cat thing on it, this is a voice recorder which has some mics at the top, but the way that I actually use it, not sure if you can see here, is, come on, focus. There's a little port over there where you can actually go and plug a cable straight into a DJ's desk. So this is really nice for capturing speeches. I also record like the full audio for ceremonies with this. So really useful tool. The only downside is that it uses disposable batteries. Now, my other audio equipment, which I'm currently using, is the DJI Mic, which you can see over here. And here is another one in front of us. So this is a really cool set. It has a little receiver, which is on the camera now as well. And this is really cool for miking up a bride or a groom on the wedding day. I often go and put like one of these, you know, on the officiant's table or like on the speeches podium as well as like another backup. And you can also go and plug this directly into a DJ's desk as well. So there are so many different options. It works really, really well. And I've got no complaints really. Okay, next up, I've got to show off my camera harness. So this isn't a really fancy one. It is leather, but it's from Temu. So it was super cheap, but it does the trick and it's super comfortable on a wedding day. Plus it holds my cameras really securely. So you can see here that it's got like a normal mount that you put into the camera. Plus it has a little safety mount as well. So there is no way that this is falling off. Plus I got plenty of compliments wearing this on wedding days as well. Now, probably the least exciting part of my whole wedding day kit is the bag. So this is something that definitely needs an upgrade, not because the bag sucks, but because I'm just running out of space. So I'm really keen on getting the, I think it's called the Pro Tactic 450. That is a huge bag. It looks pretty cool. This one kind of does the trick. It's got like a normal little compartment at the top here, and then on the back, it's got like subdivided little flaps there. So cool little bag. I'll probably still end up using this for hiking, or if I have to really bring a lot of gear on a wedding day, I'll bring this and the upgraded bag. But that is pretty much my functional wedding kit. So this is all the gear that I'm currently using to capture incredible memories with and have a great time doing it. Something that's been at the forefront while I've chosen all of my gear is that I need something that's going to be reliable and something that I can have backups on. So all of my cameras have got dual card slots, the ones that actually shoot digitally, and you'll notice that I have plenty of audio backup options. There is nothing worse than when something does go wrong on a wedding day and you do not have enough backups in order to make a plan. Something only needs to go wrong once to give you enough of a scare in order to get all the gear that you need in order to feel confident on your wedding day. So to answer the question, do you need $10,000 in order to capture beautiful weddings with incredible moments in your galleries? No, but it definitely helps. I would not be able to go to a wedding day as comfortable and as confident as I am without all the gear that I have in place here. I have shot weddings with a single camera with a single card slot before, and let me tell you, the nerves will be shot. Plus, if the worst did happen and you ended up losing some of your photos, a memory card was corrupted or a camera failed, there is no way that you can get back those memories. So make sure that you've got the right gear, enough backups, make sure that you're delivering what your clients expect of you. Hope you enjoyed a quick glance into my wedding day kit, and let me know if there's anything else that you think I should upgrade. And Sony gang, make yourself known in the comments.